Healing your feminine energy is the key and the gateway to creating and experiencing higher abundance in your reality, and this is why. If you think about the feminine is receptive. The feminine receives. The way that most of us, men and women, have been programmed is to be in a hyper masculine energy. When you're in a hyper masculine energy, you believe that things are created from solely productivity. So everything that you do, you believe that those are the actions that are required before you can have something. So it's really a program that's built on sacrifice, the belief that hard work equals abundance. Now, how do you actually reprogram a belief? What I've come to find is that you reprogram a belief through debunking it. That means you got to disprove it to yourself. So if you're someone sitting here, you're going, but Erin, like the harder I work, like I just see it, the more happens. Okay. But what about the people that work extremely hard, meaning they have labor intensive jobs, and we look at the amount of money that they're creating or the amount of success that they're experiencing in their life, it actually can be far less than what some folks are doing who are working less hard in terms of their physical output or in terms of the level of stress and demand that comes with what they're doing. Now, I don't have an issue with hard work. But what I actually think it is that hard work is really just aligned action. So if you're taking massive loads of aligned action, that's very different than when you're taking a bunch of forced actions. So when you take a bunch of forced actions to make something happen, what you're telling the universe is, I don't believe that I'm worthy enough to receive more abundance, and this could be in the form of money, a new job, a romantic partner, etc. I don't believe that I can receive unless I perform. So then what happens when you're not performing? Anxiety, guilt, shame, frustration. I had a major breakthrough when I first started this business in 2021. And coming out of the corporate wealth management, I was a stockbroker, investment advisor, wealth manager, coming out of that energy where it's a hustle culture. It's all about what you're doing. Now, I still loved it. I had a great time. But when I shifted into full-blown entrepreneurship, there would be these times where I wasn't working and I would experience massive loads of anxiety or guilt. Almost like I felt like with every single moment, every single second of my day, I needed to be doing something. And divine spirit came in and said, you realize that you could sit here on the couch right now and do nothing, maybe watch a movie, but you could still be a vibrational match to money, or a vibrational match to the results and the income and the success that you want. So I had to rewire myself to relate to concepts, outdated 3D matrix concepts of productivity differently. Productivity could be, I'm in an aligned state. I have a high vibration. And when I'm in this high vibration, I'm going to already organically receive from the universe because it's not based on what I do. It's based on how I feel and what I think. Now, here's the cool thing about energy. You are constantly emitting a vibrational signal every single second. That is productivity. That's the most productive anybody can be, is to focus on their vibration. Now, how are you going to do this? You have to focus on your state of being. So when you heal, and this is for men and women, because we both have masculine and feminine energy. When you heal your relationship to your feminine energy, you become comfortable with receiving. So how am I going to help you do this? I want you to practice being in an energy of complete detachment from outcome. And why we're saying this is when you detach from the outcome, you understand that it's not about me doing X or Y to receive Z. You just accept that the outcome is going to be the outcome. That's the first thing you can do. The second thing I want you to do is when people are giving you compliments. Let's say someone goes, oh, you look really nice today. I want you to refrain from automatically giving the energy back to them, because when we do that, typically it's because we're really uncomfortable with just sitting in the vibration of abundance, this form of abundance that just came. We're like, oh no, I gotta give it to you, I gotta give it to you, I gotta give it right back to you. Just sit with it. Oh, thank you so much. You start training your nervous system to receive without guilt or shame. And this is not just compliments. It could be anything. Somebody opens the door for you, or somebody just does something unexpected or nice for you. Wow, thank you so much, without a need to justify why they may have done this thing. I'll never forget, I posted some content like this years ago, and someone commented, at my baby shower, I had never felt more uncomfortable in my life than I have felt at my baby shower, because people were giving me gifts and it felt so unnatural for me. It felt so uncomfortable for me for this event to be centered around me. And maybe you've had instances of this in your life where you felt uncomfortable with receiving. Now, we want to point something out to you. When you feel comfortable with receiving, what it is that you feel uncomfortable with receiving love. A lot of folks who want to be entrepreneurs and create content also struggle with this. I feel so uncomfortable that attention would be on me and everybody would be looking at me. So you're actually afraid of your own power, but also you're uncomfortable that people would actually love and like you. You don't know how to hold that energy of love being showered on you. So what I want you to do is I want you to sort of do this meditation with yourself, where you call in the universe, divine creator, love source, however you relate to this as a higher consciousness or power, showering love over you, unconditional love, knowing that you don't have to do anything to get it. You don't have to do anything to get it. You're just sitting there being loved. And this might sound a bit strange, but you're going to practice being loved. Just practice being loved. And the more you accept that I am loved and I am worthy of abundance, you start to become a divine receiver. You know that source wants to give it to you. And not only wants to give it to you, but in the highest way, in the best way, in the way that would blow your mind, in the way that would completely shock you and surprise you, in the way that has all of the components of situation, comedy, and alignment. And it's like, oh my God, that was amazing. It was so synchronistic. And you allow yourself to have these experiences because you're comfortable with receiving love.